I yield to Representative Griffith from Virginia.
I thank my colleague for having this particular hour so that we can show our appreciation for D-Day and the veterans who were there. For all who are not going to Normandy on this particular D-Day, I would invite you to Bedford, Virginia, where the National D-Day Memorial is holding their ceremony this Thursday, June 6th at 11 a.m. Why, you might ask, would there be a memorial in Bedford, Virginia? And the answer is because of the Bedford boys of Company A, 116th Regiment, 29th Division. Per capita, Bedford lost more men on D-Day than any other community in the nation. As a result of this, a number of people got together in the 90s. Bob Slaughter from Roanoke, who was a part of Company A and was there on D-Day, was a major force in starting the push for this National D-Day Memorial in Bedford. Lucille Hoback Bogus lost two brothers that day. She contributed a lot of time, and her children are continuing the tradition of moving to make sure that people remember D-Day and the sacrifices of Bedford. Virginia Delegate Lacey Putney, the gentleman from Bedford, also was instrumental in making sure that the funds were available to get this project off the ground. And it was such a success that on June 6, 2001, at the opening of the National D-Day Memorial in Bedford, Virginia, President George W. Bush participated and gave the keynote. Today I read a letter not from one of the soldiers, but from one of the wives of the Bedford boys. Ms. Ivy Lynn Skank of Bedford wrote this touching letter to her husband, John. It is a reminder of how life went for folks on the home front, where daily chores and family visits continued unabated despite the epic global conflict that raged around husbands, sons, brothers, etc. overseas. Her letter. Darting, it's 11:30 Sunday night. This has been a day of continual activity. Breakfast, church, to get milk, butter, packed a car to go to Mother Skank's tomorrow, washed the dog, dusted the beans, etc. in the garden to keep the bugs from ruining them. We intended gathering a little pile of corn to take out to Mother S. When we got at it, realized there were too many ears just ready to use. So we gathered them, and now I'm waiting for the pressure to go down in the cooker so I can take out my few pints of lovely tender corn. I still have too many ears to take to Mother S. Mom and I just wondered what you'd say if you could see us canning at 11 o'clock at night on Sunday. She says if the corn doesn't keep, it will be because we canned it on a Sunday. I told her you were busy fighting on Sunday without even a chance to eat or rest. God grant that it'll not be long until you can be done with all that and come home to enjoy a few months of peace and calm. All my love is yours, Lynn. John Skank never received his wife's letter. Ivy Lynn wrote it on Sunday, July 16, 1944, intending to mail it the next day. But on that Monday, she received the telegram informing her that her husband had been killed on Omaha Beach on D-Day, June 6th. Bedford lost a total of 20 that day. 19 were from Company A. And what happened on July 16 is still remembered in Bedford. The telegrams were received at Green's drugstore. Elizabeth Tees came in to report she was the operator at 8:30 that morning. And the notices started coming in. Somebody from Bedford had died. They would receive 9 of those notices on that one day alone. And the notices kept coming in to Green's drugstore Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Today, we get used to having instant communications. But back then, the men who died on June 6 families didn't find out for more than a month that they had lost their loved ones. Today, Bedford Green's drugstore is the Bedford Boys Tribute Center. The people of Bedford will never forget. I was very glad to have known a number of these soldiers before they passed away, those who survived, and to have known Ms. Bogus when she was campaigning with the Virginia legislature to make sure the National D-Day Memorial became a reality. It's a wonderful, wonderful tribute I encourage you all to visit. God bless you, and may God continue to bless the United States of America. I yield back.